Hi guys, it's Weigel, or nope, messed up. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Weigel Schmitz, or you might know me as Anaya. Nice to see you again, and if it's your first time, then welcome. Glad you're here. I haven't posted in quite a while, and I've definitely been wanting to make a video for a long time now, but there's just been so much going on, so I figured here I am, no more excuses. I'm just gonna throw it together and update you guys on what's going on, and also just give you a little quick sketch. So without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, so the main reason I've been kind of MIA for a hot minute is because we moved. Woo! We just had a big move like a couple of months ago actually. So we were, leading up to that, we were packing. Even before that, just house hunting, touring different places. We're still renting. We were renting our previous place and we're renting this one. But yeah, it was time. It was definitely time. And the first home that we ended up snagging just was not very ideal. Yeah, we started really realizing that the more we stayed there. Basically, for one, the size, it just wasn't as spacious as we would have liked and hoped for the four of us. We're a family of four. So it was very small. And it just made it difficult to have space for certain things. We definitely made it work. We still stayed grateful because we had a place to be, but it just wasn't really working for us. And then one of the big things is honestly the area. Such a big part of why we weren't too thrilled about where we lived. So we lived in an area that was just not very cared for very much. And it didn't always feel like the most comfortable or safe. Thankfully, like we never had any real problems aside from someone who might have, I don't know what they had going on, but someone in the middle of the night was just kind of spazzing out in our front yard. That's the worst, thankfully, we've had happen. They didn't approach our door or anything like that. We ended up, we ended up, my husband ended up calling the cops. So the cops thankfully just talked to them and was like, hey, can you go somewhere else? You're kind of freaking out these people that live here. And all was good. So, but it just wasn't quite the best area. And it just made things difficult. Like we didn't feel like we could walk around the area at all, and we love going on walks. We have two little kids who just love being outside and everything like that, but we just didn't feel quite safe being outside. Part of the reason was because on either side of us, both of our neighbors on either side of us, they had dogs that were trained to be like guard dogs. And great for them, like do what you gotta do. But for us, having our little girls and also having a yard that wasn't fenced in, we did we stopped going outside to our backyard pretty early on, and our front yard to an extent. Um, so yeah, so the home was kind of small. The area just wasn't for us. It wasn't the best. We didn't have a fenced in yard, and we had guard dogs on either side of us. And then we were extremely close, like just a few feet away from a railroad crossing. And when we first moved, we didn't think it would be that bad until, you actually start living there and you're hearing it constantly. And it was really rough, especially for our oldest child, who was starting to like sleep in her own room. But whenever the train would go by, it would wake her up and it would startle her quite a bit. So she ended up sleeping in our room with us at night. And then we also have a baby, so our baby was in our room with us at night. So it was just all four of us cooped up in one room at night. And that room also doubled as my husband's office space. So we had a desk and a chair in there. We had a toddler bed in there. We had our bed in there, including like a dresser and all of our belongings, and our our baby was co-sleeping with us. So it was just kind of cramped. Again, grateful for this space. You know, I know there are some people out there in the world that operate on even less than that. And they make it work and they're happy. So we made it work. You know, we found a way to be happy and make it work for that year that we were there. Yeah. So it was kind of rough. We also had a bit of water damage to the floors. So um, it seemed like you could cave in the kitchen at any time. But our landlord, oh gosh, he was great. So, you know, we let him know and he was trying to work on everything ASAP. So, anyways, a lot of problems with that house during our first year of living in this new city. But we were doing our house hunting and we were trying to make a plan and we were able to move out and we got this new place, which we're extremely, extremely excited about and grateful for. Yeah, it's just before we moved in here, my husband and I remember us looking at each other and thinking, oh my gosh, our lives are about to change. Our whole lives are about to change. And they actually did. Like, oh my gosh, we're so grateful for this house. We're also so grateful for our family. His family had came from our old city, which is like an hour and a half away. They came all the way up here to help us moving big things. They helped unpack. They helped look after our kids that evening because I had to work that day that we did our big move. So they helped watch our kids. They bought us pizza. Like, oh my gosh, when I tell you this family this family that I'm so grateful is my family now, when I tell you they're so amazing, they really are. They're incredible. So I'm very, very lucky to have them as my family as well. And of course, I love my family as well. I'm sure if they could have, they would have helped too and been here. They live in a whole different state. But you know, they were calling, making sure everything went well, and texting, and just sending their love and sweetness from afar. But yeah, just very grateful. Like when you have people that just like love you and support you, it just makes you realize just how grateful you are, because not everyone has that. Not everyone has such a great support system or family that's just like there for them in those ways. Um, so yeah, I'm very grateful to them for helping us with the move. So if you're watching this, thank you guys, like for making this possible. Thank you again. We love you. Yeah, so living here has changed our lives in the best ways, and I'll go into that. So, for one, we have a fenced in backyard. So that's good. Two, it's a lot bigger. My husband has his own office space upstairs. We have an upstairs. The previous place was one story, and it's our first time having an upstairs space. So yeah, he can go up there and do the work that he needs to do. My girls love this house so much. They run around and they have the space to run. We have the space in the backyard and feel secure and safe to just play back there. They can run around. We go for walks in our neighborhood. We didn't do that at our old place. Like we had never gone on a family walk in our old neighborhood, and now we're doing it all the time. Like a bit further of a walk down the street, there's restaurants, a bookstore, there's a library around the corner that we can walk to. There's just so much stuff that's just so fantastic, and it's really changed our lives. Across the street from us, there's a park. The park has a pool. It's just like, what? It's incredible. And like it's just really a blessing. Like I just can't. Oh, it's just really a blessing. We have really been trying to just soak it up and take advantage of this opportunity. So we're always on walks, we're always outside. We're always just like we've been inviting people over. We didn't really do that much at our old place because we didn't have the space. But now we're having friends over, family over occasionally. We just have a space to just feel happy and bring people into our happiness. So it's been so nice, guys. Our moods, our day-to-day life, everything's been improving a lot. So, yeah, that's a big reason why I've been missing for a bit from YouTube, just because I've been focused on this move, focused on getting settled into our new space, focused on getting things for the house, focused on just enjoying living here. And it's been really great. Other new news that I'm gonna run through, that I'm gonna run through kind of fast. I've been making friends, which is just kind of like, oh, cool. But I mean, when you're new to a city, and you're also not very good at socializing, you're very socially awkward, making friends can be very scary and very difficult. But I've been making friends. I've made some mom friends. I made a friend who speaks French. She comes from a country in Africa, and she's just very sweet, very cool. I've just been making friends and connections, and through myself making friends, my daughter has been able to. My daughter's, my baby's only one, so she's not quite there when it comes to like actually having friends and making friends. But my oldest, she's been able to actually like make friends uh, with different kids, and it's been just really really lovely to see that. And she seems so happy and excited to see friends, to see that kids that she knows and that want to play with her. So that's been such a beautiful thing. Next thing, I've been taking French classes. So if you don't know, I used to take French when I was in middle school and high school. And after I graduated high school, I just kind of continued with like Duolingo and like watching cartoons that were in French and things like that online. I really wanted to get serious about French, because I felt like I could read a very little bit of it. I could think it out loud, but I still couldn't really have conversations with people in French that well. So I figured it was finally time to take a class in French. And it's actually a birthday gift to me, from my mom. So she helped me with this class. So thank you, Mom. I really appreciate it. So it's been really good. I've only done a few classes so far, but it's been such good review. Je peux parler en français. Donc, si vous êtes une personne qui habite en France, m'envoyez un message, s'il vous plaît. Yeah, if you know French or you live in France, like feel free to comment down below, leave me a little message, or even if you're not from France, if you just want to tell me where you're from, like feel free to leave that down in the comments below. But it's been really good just being able to practice, because my husband and I will be celebrating a kind of big anniversary next year, and we want to go to France. So I told myself I have to like get really good at my French, because I'm going to be our translator. And it's going to be just really nice to be able to talk to people in French in France. So yeah, that's another big thing going on. And the last thing, which is big but not as big, but I had done another market recently. I hadn't done one in quite a bit. Just again with us moving to this new city and just getting everything together, I just hadn't been focused on markets. But yeah, I did one and it went really well. So it really motivated me to kind of take a different direction and focus in on what I want to sell and what I want to create. So hopefully I can touch on that some more in the future, as you see more content from me. But yeah, so that's honestly the tea. But whatever you want to call it, matcha tea, milk tea, it's pretty chill. Maybe a little iced latte. I don't know, whatever you want to make of it, that's what it is. That's what's been going on in my life. We've just been really happy, knock on wood, that nothing crazy happens. We've been happy, we've been blessed, we've been so grateful and thankful for our home, for each other, for the family we have around us, for our friends. It's just been a time of gratitude, a time of peace, a time of joy. So just really locking in on that. So yeah, but with that being said, I do really want to get back into making videos, and I want to do that regularly. So hopefully you'll see some more videos soon. Yeah, but I hope you enjoyed this. Again, it's been a while, so good to see you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've had a chance to enjoy my little sketch. I think it came out pretty cute. I haven't really talked about it much during this whole time. But yeah, I think it came out pretty cute, so I hope you like it. And yeah, I will see you guys again next time. I hope you have a great day, a great week, great weekend, whatever you got going on, and I wish you the best. See you next time. Bye.